If in fact there was something wrong with you, you have to examine the fact that non-black women are out here spending billions of dollars in tanning products, billions of dollars on getting a tan in a tanning bed, billions of dollars getting butts and boobs and hips and fat transfers to look like you look naturally, to get their lips injected to look like you look naturally. They're doing things with their hair to look like what you look like naturally, all while you're breaking your neck with wigs, weaves, lashes, and things that you don't need because you're already the prototype for everything that they try to rip off and monetize. Stop trying to let the European standard of beauty dictate how you view yourself, and view yourself from the lens of those of us who absolutely love you. And trust me, I know there's a loud minority that will talk trash about you, but the majority of us love you, because when we marry, the majority of us marry you. You tired of lies and leftovers? The Real Black Agenda is crushing 3 bestsellers list. Grab it on Amazon or hit the link in my Instagram bio at TheBusinessBully before they try and silence it. When it comes to what society is going through right now, we have a serious self-esteem problem. And I talk about this in the Real Black Agenda. If you've not picked up this book, listen, and it's not because I wrote it, but it's because I wrote it. This book really breaks down a lot of things that we don't want to talk about. This is nothing but a compilation of uncomfortable conversations you're too chicken crap to have, so I'm going to have them for you. The reason that we get so caught up in this plastic surgery wave, cosmetic surgery wave, physical augmentation wave, statement because I can do whatever the heck I want to with my body because it's what I want to do, and if I want to nip and tuck, I can wave, is because we have a lack of self-esteem. Too often, we see people going online, and if someone puts up a picture or video that they like of themselves, there's 1,000,001 comments of somebody talking about their nose is too wide, their lips are too big, their boobs are sagging, their butt is flat, whatever it is, you just go ahead and pick your poison. And after a while, those comments are like straws, and eventually one of those straws is going to break that camel's back, and the next thing you know, that camel's back is going to come with a BBL. What I need you to understand is I'm reminded of that amazing philosopher, Cat Williams, who said it's called self-esteem. It's esteem of your motherfucking self. When you allow people who are not feeding, freaking, or financing you to dictate how you function, you have failed in life. And that is the problem. We have spent so much time trying to appease people. People just came after Glorilla saying, well, she got a nose job, and y'all still talking about her. I remember having a very interesting conversation with my wife one time because I said to her, I said, listen, I'm not trying to be funny, but hear me out on this. I'm very smart. I'm gifted. I do well on a stage. I do well with my clients. Heck, I've put more women in the 1% than Nick Cannon with a bag of Viagra. Yet and still, the only thing that they can say is, oh, he's fat. Once I fix the fat part, then they won't have anything to say. And after my wife picked herself up off the floor from rolling over in laughter, she said, Dave, they'll always find something to say. They will always find something to nitpick about. They will always find something that they don't like because they're looking for things that they don't like. Truer words were never spoken because I've been called everything but a child of God. One person called me Ben Carson with muscles. I kind of like that one. Gifted hands, Ben Carson, is how I took it. I ain't talking about the other stuff. But I'm like, wait, you think I have muscles? The gym is working. The gym is working, and the gun show tickets are being sold immediately. But in all seriousness, I'm going to tell you something that's probably going to shock you. I have had plastic surgery. You, Dave? Yeah, but see, not for what you think. I didn't get a nose job or boob lift or BBL, none of that. When you lose well over 340 pounds like I have, you have a lot of loose skin. And I was walking around here looking like a flying squirrel. Like I was flapping in the wind. I couldn't do nothing. I suffer from stage 4 Dunlap's disease, meaning that my belly skin Dunlapped over my belt. And in order for me to function in my workouts, and in order for me to not have infection, in order for me to fit in clothes normally, they had to take off about 15 pounds of loose skin. I did it because it was medically necessary, not because I thought anything was wrong with me. But I had to make adjustments for the fact that I no longer had an additional 340 pounds of gelatinous goo filling up that skin. And I gotta tell you, even then, I wasn't trying to get a nose job or a nip here or a tuck there. I did it because I needed to function. You don't need a nose job to function. And this is not a new thing. People forget that in the 70s, oh, they ridiculed Patti LaBelle, said she had a nose that started in Pennsylvania and ended in the other end of Ohio. They roasted her for her nose. And what did she do? She went and got a nose job. Y'all did this to Michael Jackson. Oh, he's got pimples, so he went and got what's the word I'm looking for? He got skin procedures done. Not only that, he had a myriad of nose jobs. He had a chin lift. He had a cleft chin. He had cheekbones. There was a bunch of stuff Mike did to himself, primarily because y'all ruined his self-esteem, and y'all started when he was a child and you didn't let up until he died. All because the noise gets louder and louder, but the love gets softer and softer. And I don't mean softer in the way you love, the fact that it just damn near is non-existent at this point. But here's the thing. If you're looking for someone else to boost your self-esteem, if you're looking for someone to validate you, if you're looking for someone to love on you, I need you to look in a mirror. It is your job to love you. It is your job to feel great about you at any size, at any nose, nostril size, at any type of boob. I don't care if your boobs look like a couple of hacky sacks that have been cut open and deflated. I need you to love every part of yourself. And if you feel like you need plastic surgery to feel good for you, great. But if you think it's going to eliminate these idiots and trolls in the comments, oh, no, 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 no. They are just warming up. They're just getting started, and they're about to come out like LeBron does in an NBA Finals game. There is this thing that has divorced us from who we are. And Black women, I want to talk to you specifically for just a second as I wrap this up. If in fact there was something wrong with you, you have to examine the fact that non-Black women are out here spending billions of dollars in tanning products, billions of dollars on getting a tan in a tanning bed, billions of dollars getting butts and boobs and hips and fat transfers to look like you look naturally, to get their lips injected to look like you look naturally. They're doing things with their hair to look like what you look like naturally, all while you're breaking your neck with wigs, weaves, lashes, and things that you don't need because you're already the prototype for everything that they try to rip off and monetize. Stop trying to let the European standard of beauty dictate how you view yourself, and view yourself from the lens of those of us who absolutely love you. And trust me, I know there's a loud minority that will talk trash about you, but the majority of us love you, because when we marry, the majority of us marry you just as you are, as beautiful, as diverse, as natural, as voluptuous, and as wonderful as you are. We've got to start love talking to each other again. Funny thing, my wife and I were talking about which lyrics that when played when I was coming up, like really inspired me as far as like R&B, what I could relate to. And I said, oh yeah, it's a toss up between Troop and Mint Condition. She said, not Jodeci. I said, no, because Jodeci was some stalkers. She said, how? I said, the boss said, without you, baby, I feel worthless. I'm living on the edge. And then KC said, it's been an hour since you've been gone. And they all donned leather and went to the desert to sing because you left 59 minutes ago. That's creepy. That's a little bit creepy. And then Boyz II Men, who I absolutely love and I think are just phenomenal individuals. End of the Road is a good song until you break it down. And then all of a sudden you realize that when Mike comes in, and I don't think that's why Mike's in the group anymore, he said, yeah, when you was out here with that other fella, I knew about it. I just didn't care. Wait, what? What kind of magical similitude is that, bro? No. I need brothers talking about, I can't wait to get to school each day just for you to pass my way. See, That's the love we need to bring back, and bells start to ring. Even Gerald Levert, who was a friend of mine, he had a song. What did he say? I ain't much on Casanova. Me and Romeo ain't never been friends. Forget all that romantic talk. I just want to be with you. Let me love you. Let me hold you. That's what I'm on. And that's the thing. I think we need to love each other so that we can feel better about loving ourselves. If you got a question for me, you can always hit me up right here with the Ask Dave Anderson situation, Dave at businessbullyshow.com, or right here on I Never Knew TV. I'll check you out next time.